You know, a lot of people are and were up in arms about Leah Thomas. He was the swimmer for Penn who was transitioning to become a woman from being a man, and literally went from like 355th into 200 to first. And everybody tried to say, hey, look, you know, you don't become transgender to compete in sports. Boy, is that true. I'm with you. Now, I saw Leah Thomas' interview, and I agree with her 100%. I did. I agree with her 100%. You know, I'm able to see both sides because if it makes sense. But I also think it is unfair. And I also think that women like my wife, who's going to join us in a little bit, fought like crazy and faced a lot of different things so that women could be taken seriously as athletes. Pat Forty's a writer for Sports Illustrated. Pat's a friend, and Pat's daughter, who's an Olympian, said, you know, it doesn't bother me. I'm for people living their best lives, or something like that. And that's wonderful, and that's a side that's interesting. But women like my wife, women like, I don't know, Coach Hutchins at Michigan, women all across the country didn't see it that way. What they saw it was, we want to be taken serious as athletes. We want the same opportunities. You want to live your best life, go ahead, that's great. I love the empathy of Ms. Forty, but that's not exactly in line with how folks that were at the core of trying to take women's sports into the modern era with scholarships, with championships that are well-funded, with championships that frankly, were on the level of men, and they're still fighting for that, as we saw last year in the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. So they're trying to do that. So now all of a sudden, you have men that are becoming women. My thing is always this. Let me ask you, why do men that are becoming women get to participate with women, and women that are becoming men get to participate with women? I'm going to talk to my wife about it. I think we already had this discussion on the show with Lee a little bit ago, but here's the thing. In Budapest, the World Swimming Governing Body banned transgender athletes essentially from competing. It's called the New Gender Inclusive Policy. It states this: it only permits swimmers who transition before the age of 12 to compete in women's events. Now, when you say, first thing you say is, well, that encourages women to transition before 12. Here's their answer to it, James Pierce. This is not saying that women are encouraged to transition by the age of 12. It's what the scientists are saying. Let me say that again, you Democrats out there, you little libbies. It's what the scientists are saying. Remember science? Before we had pregnant men, remember that? Okay. It's what the scientists are saying. That if you transition after the start of puberty, you have an advantage, which is unfair. Oh my God, are they actually using science dummies? Are they? Oh my God. It's not saying everyone should transition by age 12, Pierce goes on. It's ridiculous. Of course it's ridiculous. You can't transition by that age in most countries, and hopefully you won't be encouraged to. Basically, what they're saying is that it's not feasible for people to have transitioned to compete without having an advantage. Pierce confirms there are currently no transgender women competing in elite levels of swimming. The World Professional Association of Transgender Health located its recommended minimum age for starting gender transition hormone treatment to 14. Man, I don't know. Can I buy a beer? Nope. Got to be 21. Can I buy a gun? Nope. Got to be 18. Serve in the army? Nope. Can I cut my PP off and become a girl? Yep. How old? 14. World's weird. World's weird. World's very odd. I support everyone, but that is very, very weird. Basically, 72% of people support this. And this isn't big news, really. It's not. I mean, look, in the scope of things, it is less than that big. Like, my finger, I didn't make the okay sign. That's racist or something. I don't know. But it's that right there. I'm going to do it here so no one can, it's that. It'll affect nobody, a person. So much ado about nothing is my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right, but that's the way I look at it.